Well, as a city planner, I'm very interested in how cities develop, and Wilmington has a great history. I look at the city as having 3 phases of growth. The first one began in 1739, 1740, and went for 150 years. And that was basically the time when people walked just about everywhere. And the city was limited in its size by how far people could walk in a reasonable amount of time. So the city tended to hug the Cape Fear River. So it created a gridded system. It's the pattern that is still there today. The second phase started around 1900 and went to the end of World War II. And that was the period of the streetcar. We had 26 miles of streetcars in the city of Wilmington that did wonders for getting people around the city without having to own cars. By the time we came out of World War II, the automobile had become the dominant force in shaping cities. So that's the third phase, really was the automobile era. People could not be tied to a particular streetcar route, but rather they could go anywhere they wanted to go in the community, so the options for development became wide open, and that's when we saw expansion into the suburbs in a major way. The problems that we're seeing today as a city are not new. They're the result of 70 years of automobile dependency to a large measure. We still, as a culture, value the freedom of the automobile, but at the same time our cultural values are shifting to where we want to be a more walkable community. We want to have services closer at hand. We don't want to have to get in the car for every quart of milk or loaf of bread. So the reason why we really needed a new comprehensive plan is the city did not have a comprehensive plan since 1946. And things are different now than they were in 1946. We met face-to-face over the course of 3 years with about 4,000 residents of Wilmington. And so we learned a lot from just meeting with folks and finding out how they saw their city differently today than a previous generation might have seen it 50 years ago. So we found out, for example, that people wanted the city to be more walkable, more bikeable, wanted services to be more convenient, did not want to spend their time stuck in traffic trying to get back and forth to work. So it really set our city in a different direction. The difference between the comprehensive plan and the land development code is that the comprehensive plan is policy and it's vision, but there's no legal teeth to the comprehensive plan like there is with the land development code. The land development code it's law. It basically is the blueprint for how the city is going to be built over the next 30 years. How we save trees. What kind of building setbacks do we have for our new buildings? How tall can our buildings be relative to perhaps adjoining neighborhoods? What kind of signage do we want to see along our major roadways? And that is not an easy task when it involves thousands and thousands of property owners and lots of investment dollars for people who are building in our city. This is our opportunity to make a difference for a better Wilmington.